Welcome once again to Unboxing Unscripted, Unfiltered. And today we have the swell guys from Italy. No, not that other famous Italian microbrand. It's Viqueria. Okay? So, last time they gave me this box and it had candy in it. The other time it had like a bottle opener and the other time it had a pen. What will we have here except for the watch? Let's see. Oh, look at that! They didn't use the shredded paper like last time, shredded cardboard. They really wanted to like skimp on that for me this time around. Well, maybe just to get the watch into my hands right away. So that's why they did that. Not a knock at Vicaria, but I expected. I wanted candy. Where's the? They had an Italian candy in there like last time. Come on, now they're just teasing me. Anyway, so they sent me this new model, and everybody's jumping to the bandwagon of the integrated steel sports watch, and Vicaria is no different. And this is what they call the Prometeo. Look at that. Okay, let me just put this in. And as you can see, it is an integrated bracelet watch. As you can see there. It's kinda is integrated. Oh yeah, it is integrated. Look at that. Focus, come on. Focus. It doesn't want to focus. It is integrated, so there's no way for you to swap any straps here. So I guess we're not gonna do that for our product review as always, which is a signature of this channel. But hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Look at that. This is the Prometeo from Viqueria, and here you could obviously see that GShock dial. Let's see if we can focus there. Okay, this one you can focus. That is the highlight of this watch. That GShock dial is very, very pleasing to the eyes, very detailed. And there's a sort of a fume going on as well in that dial. You could also see the gentle inspiration of this, which is kind of it reminds me of an IWC. Maybe I should like bring this to work and see how it pairs up with an actual IWC. That would be something. It's like multiple times the cost of this watch. But hey, it's something that you won't see every day. You never get to see this Prometeo against an IWC. I'm gonna do that. I'm looking forward to that now. Prometeo, you can see there, Viqueria Prometeo Automatic, NH35, 100 meters water resistant, sapphire crystal, of course, and Italian brand. Okay, so you could see there the rotor is pretty generic. It's the same Miyota. Sorry, not Miyota. It's an NH. Same Seiko rotor, just signed Viqueria there. Yeah. Very uneventful. Some people may call it lazy, but hey, come on, we're talking about mere hundreds of dollars of a watch here. Let me see how much is it. Okay, so this thing is going to retail 349 euros. Okay, 349 euros. That's not bad. But that's retail, guys, and this is going to sell for the first 50 pre-orders at just $220. Now that is something. That is very cheap. That is very, very affordable. So Viqueria hasn't learned its lesson. It's not. They're not going through the tariff issue and hiking up their prices like many brands. They're still boldly and hard-headedly selling their watches at really dirt cheap prices. Hey, but the quality is not bad. Look at that, nice champering, very straightforward champering there. It's a little bit thick compared to the bracelet. If you look at that, the bracelet is really thin, but then it suddenly boom, it's like massive thickness on the case there. Some people may like that. I don't like that. That is something that maybe they could have done a little bit more on the bezel side here, a little bit more of a chamfer there. There is a chamfer there. Look at, you can see there, very slightly. But if they angle that a little bit more and lower that, maybe they could still cheat you with that kind of thickness. Side crown there. That's nice. That's nice. And so that is something that I didn't like about this watch. See, is it? Okay, it's a screw down crown, so let's open that up. Okay, takes a while to open up. You get the usual, very smooth for an NH35. There you go, the date turned there. So now I can play around with the date. Yeah, as if you don't know this already. Come on, guys. Why am I demonstrating this? Anyway, you could see that oversized logo there of Viqueria, but very nicely printed there. Nice. Also, nice sword hands, Dauphine hands. Very cool. And look at those indexes. Those indexes are quite a combination of railroad track with a clear outline with applied indexes. Very distinct. It's not something that you'd see while others are trying to simplify their dials. Here they try to throw in everything, but still makes it relatively work, because all of those small details kind of fades into the center with that nice smoky fume effect, right? So before we go on to our wrist shot, let me just take out my Flux Quadras again. November, that's coming in November. We would like to give a word and a shout out to our friends at Kunuku Coffee Roasters, the best handcrafted coffee in the whole wide universe. You know, I had this idea of infusing coffee with tobacco. Now, obviously, I can't smoke tobacco, but maybe there's a niche out there. And I presented that to Kunuku Coffee Roasters, along with the idea of infusing coffee to your blood straight. And they said, no, we're the experts here. Just stick to your watches. Let us do our thing. And honestly, they told me that it's a bad idea. Okay. Okay, they should know better. They're the experts, so who am I to know? Kunuku Coffee Roasters, the best handcrafted coffee in the whole wide universe. The only one here in Aruba. Believe me, they know their thing. Now, my thing is watches. So let's put it on. Let's see, big clasp. Well, actually, it's not that big clasp. It's actually a very nice medium-sized clasp. And those H-links are, they're decent H-links. They're not narrow, so you won't have like supreme articulation, but it's still articulate enough. There's a slight taper there. You can see that the first 3, or actually 4 links have that kind of taper, and then the rest are adjustments for sure. Look at that, very thin, very thin. The micro adjust is those regular spring bar micro adjusts that we've come to know and love from Seiko's, except that this clasp, at least this clasp, is a little bit thicker. Look at that, a little bit thicker. No micro adjust there. You can figure based on the price, of course, they're not gonna throw in that. But hey, maybe in the future they'll be able to throw in that kind of clasp. So that is the Viqueria Prometeo. It's coming on sale really soon. They also have some really cool meteorite dials and that red agate dial that's super limited. They're only making 300 units of this in total, guys. So it's not only very affordable, it's also very limited. And once that's done, then it'll take a while before They produce another one. This micro brand is truly micro in the best sense. In the truest sense, it's a small operation, just a couple of guys working on these watches, and they keep on coming up with some really, really good watches, really affordable watches for everybody. So comment down below, let me know what you guys think about Viqueria stepping into the integrated bracelet arena. And the interesting comments will make it into the actual video review.